all those things come into play. So who's causing resistance? So I want to talk about this a little bit, because to really get good at sales, you have to improve every time you talk to somebody. So to be professional, if you talk to somebody and they say no, okay, why did they say no? What can I fix for next time? What can I do differently? And you get better and better and better. You can get better 1% a day. Imagine what that's going to do over a year, but you have to ask yourself, okay, what happened? What would I do differently? Did I ask too much? Was I too aggressive? Maybe I didn't ask at all. And that's the biggest thing with most new salespeople. They just never ask. All right, get back to me when you're interested. Okay. No. Do you see how this will change your life? Yes. And then get started. Courageous, bold. But let's talk about, all right, I tried. I was getting resistance. Where's that coming from? You have to really talk. So I want to talk about a few areas that you could ask yourself, all right, how can I improve? How can I get better? 1% a day. We're not asking a lot. Just improve a little bit, change this, a better question here, a little more confidence in your voice, because you don't realize that every little thing we do can cause resistance. I call them a subconscious trigger. For example, if you're walking in a big city and a stranger's approaching you, they're walking towards you, right? Within seconds, you have a feeling. Run, don't run. Trust, don't trust. Talk, don't talk. That's a feeling that people have. It could be how close they stand to you, the color of their clothes. Do they have facial hair? Can you see their eyes, how tall they are? Smell. When people are near the smell of cinnamon rolls like Cinnabon, they're more likely to donate to a charity. It could be your gestures, your word choice, how deep your voice is. You have to realize that sometimes you are causing the resistance. I hope you caught that. Every word you use can attract or repel people. Did you guys know that? Every gesture, every word can be part of the sales process or not. For example, you don't want to say if you do it, you say when. Could you do that is not as persuasive as can. Hopefully it works. It's not as strong as I guarantee. This will change your life. So be more confident with your words. And as you understand, as you work with people, every word can help or hurt the sales process or even trigger resistance. For example, contract scares people. Like, signing the contract, that's a bad feeling for most people. That's why we say autograph the paperwork, endorse the agreement. That's why, especially here in the United States, there's no longer any used cars, because that's a bad thing for a lot of people. Now it's pre-owned. I even saw one that was pre-loved. Not even sure I know what that means, but the car was pre-loved. But we have to look at the words that you're using to be more persuasive, to be better at sales, to make it easier. That is the key. A lot of people don't think about that. For example, two moms got together. They decided to do their side hustle, their business, be a daycare. And they were being creative, and they called it the Other Mother Daycare. All right, 10 points for creativity. The challenge is, no, it's already hard enough to drop off your kids to now they're the other mother. I'm the mother, I'm the parent. And it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Or here's a fun one. A cigarette company was all excited. They're going to do a horoscope cigarette, change it up. You're going to print it on the back, your horoscope for the month. But then they realized one of the months would be cancer, probably not good for a cigarette. So we have to be more careful of what we do. Even here, the best example I can give you is when you fly, right? A lot of people get emotional, fear of flying. And so you listen to the video presentation next time you fly. Every word is specifically chosen to keep people calm. In the unlikely event of a water landing, hello, they don't say crash, or when the plane hits the water and the wings rip off. In the unlikely event of a water landing, or even worse, in case of cabin depressurization. Do you know what that means? There's a hole in the plane, you've lost the flight attendants. There's no bathrooms, there's lavatories. They don't clean the plane, they refresh it. Plane's not late, it's delayed. They don't lose your luggage, misplaced, because it matters. So I want you to think about your process as you craft your presentation with the 5 steps. Are you using the right words? Are they helping or hurting your ability to sell? That's something you need to think about. You know, pilot doesn't come on, it's like, plane's broke. They say mechanical difficulties. And the same thing's true with what you do. You need to look at every word. Is it persuasive? Is there a better word you can use? Is this word causing resistance? Are all different pieces to think about. So this is a list. You've tried to sell somebody, you got a little resistance. I get to call it the 4 R's of resistance. And you come back, be a professional and prove, okay, what can I do better? What better words can I use? Was it my gestures? Was it my confidence? Did I not ask for their business? And that alone is a big one that we can use to be able to do that. So let's go through these. So next time someone says no, which is okay, it's part of the game. And I love, you probably saw you some of Robert Allen's classes on this course, that you should do the math. Meaning, this is such a great technique. So 10 people, you talk to 10 people, 9 no's, 1 yes. And that means you made $100. That means for every no, you got $10. If you divide it, and like, oh, all right, $10, thank you, $10. So when they say no, in your mind, you're still making money. You're just a step closer to the yes. And that helps with your own personal resistance on the inside. So let's go through these here and talk about them. We'll open it up for questions. Let's see. The first one, you didn't give them a reason. No reason to care. This is also known, remember we put the WIFT, what's in it for them? You didn't find their problem. They don't think they have a problem. So you've got to back up and like, okay, how can we create a little salt in the wound and show them that it's a problem? So did you create a reason? Was there a reason for them to do it? Maybe they didn't think they had a health problem. Maybe they didn't think their children are disobedient. Maybe they didn't think they needed someone to help them fill in the blank. Those are some things that you can definitely work on. Did you create those? In fact, it's a funny story here in the United States where this guy's name was Airman Jones, and he was in the military induction center, and his job was to train new recruits, 18-year-olds. And, and one of the things he had to do was sell life insurance. Now, if you know about selling anything, life insurance to an 18-year-old, they're invincibles, their frontal lobes aren't developed yet. So that's a hard sell. But almost everybody in his class bought it. And the superiors are like, wait a minute, what's going on? So they sat, just listened. Airman Jones would go up there and says, all right, we have to talk about life insurance, completely optional. You don't have to do it. Talked about the benefits that if you didn't and something happened, your benefactors would get, say, $6,000. But if you do have this insurance, your benefactors get $200,000. All right, no emotion in that. Then he said, who do you think they're going to send to battle first? Think about it. Now, I'm not going to go over the ethics of that, but he created a compelling reason for them to do it. And that's your job. How can you create a compelling reason to get them excited, something in it for them? It's going to solve their problem. We talked about that, but did you do it? Did you find out what it was? That's the first one. The second one is they didn't feel like they had the resources. Now, a lot of us, we think the money, and that's part of it. We can talk about that, the money. But it's also, do they have the time? Do they have the mental bandwidth to think it? Maybe they feel they're so busy that they just can't take it on another thing. Maybe they don't feel like they have support. That support could be, somebody at home, driving a different type of car home. Are you buying a big stereo equipment? Are you going to get the support when you get home? So time, money, energy, resources, do they have it? Might be a great reason, but if they feel they can't afford it, and that's something you need to think about when you talk about price. If they say they can't, it's too expensive, you've blown your presentation. You have to show that if I spend $1,000, I'm going to make $10,000. That makes it easy. The ROI, the return on investment. If I spend $1 million and make 20 million, that's easy. People will find the money. If it's $1,000, it's going to make them 10,000. You show them, or it's going to save them 10,000. You have to put it in the package. So that's a technique. What is the return on investment of time, energy, money? Show them, look, you spend $100 a month, it's going to make you 1,000. That's easy. Or you can do what's known in sales as reduce it to the ridiculous. Because if you're dealing with bigger numbers, divide it. If you're talking about something that's going to last 3 years, say, and you divide the price over 3 years, we're talking about 7 cents a day. We're talking about 17 minutes a week. But we're talking about a can of soda a day. See what we're doing to make it make more sense? Make it easy. Yeah, well, it's really 11 minutes a day. It's 17 cents here. It's really $17 a month. Reduce it to where it makes more sense. And realize too, just with the mindset here, when people say it's too expensive, they're lying a lot of the times, but you have to make it like, really, that's it? Even if they can't afford it, they realize it's a great investment for them. So that's the resource side. So was that the cause of resistance? It could be. So that's number 2. Number 3 is risk. Oh, what if it doesn't work out? What if I waste my money? What if I look dumb? What if my partner makes fun of me? These are the emotions. It's just too risky. Where I rock the boat, this is how I've always done it. It's just too risky. Maybe there's something about it to where they don't believe they're going to do it. Like if I'm selling a weight loss program, maybe they've tried 10 times before and it didn't work out. Maybe the risk is with them. They don't believe that they're going to actually stick to it because they never have in the past. So it could be a personal thing that you can talk about. So how do we reduce the risk? So if you're feeling reduce social validation, we talked about in a previous segment, other people that are doing it. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend. Here are 10 testimonials. So other people that have been doing it. So if you look at infomercials, when they fail, they just add more people that say, look, I made $10,000 in 2 weeks or whatever it is. I lost 20 pounds in 3 days. More people saying it works, it works. And that's what you need to do. The more people they see that have used it, that have applied it, that you've worked with, that's the key. Or in sales, you can give them a guarantee. Try it out for 6. So if I'm teaching people how to persuade, look, I guarantee this will double your income in 60 days. If not, full money back guarantee, no questions asked. Make it simple, make it big guarantee. Promise, guarantee. Entrepreneurs sometimes get scared. I just say very few people take advantage of a guarantee. If I say, look, try this out for 60 days, it'll double your income. And it does, people are happy. Now, are there dishonest people in the world that'll take advantage of it even though it works? Yeah, 1 in every 10,000 people is dishonest. I made that up, it makes me feel good. But there are some people that are dishonest, but a good guarantee will double your sales. You don't have to worry about the 1 or 2 dishonest people, that's fine. They'll do that. I've had people duplicate my product and still send it back, and they're still using it, but they're dishonest. But if it doubles your sales with a good guarantee, so a good guarantee, look, I promise, I guarantee that's going to reduce the risk and it will increase your sales. That's something to think about with risk. And final one, and this doesn't apply to anybody here, but just so you have all 4, is representative, or you'll see I'll start with R, meaning they didn't like or trust you. Again, not this group. This is an awesome group. This is for other groups, but just so you have all 4, was there something about the trust level? We can talk about that on another call. How do you build trust? How do you connect with people? There's a lot of other things that we can talk about, but usually this one comes down to the big 2. You didn't build trust. And understand, even though you're good, trustworthy people, trust is at an all-time low. It used to be, I trust you, give me a reason not to. Now it's, I don't trust you, give me a reason to trust you. So building credibility, building trust, that's a course for another time, but did they trust you? And the second piece of that is, did they like you? Being likable, being trustworthy. And we've talked about this before. When people like you and trust you, and you've identified the problem and you're going to solve it, there's something in it for them, sales is easy. Most of the people you talk to will say yes. Those are the big three. They like you, trust you, you've identified their problem, there's something in it for them, the magic will happen. That's just how it is, and that's how it's set up. So, how to sell anything to anyone? You can do this. Be excited, be courageous, get on the rooftops. You have a moral and ethical obligation to sell people because someone else is going to sell them, but you're going to take better care of them. You have a better product or service. You're going to love them more. Follow the system, create the story. And if it doesn't work out, fine. Do the math and realize that every no might be worth $10 to you. And now you have the sources of resistance to where you're improving every time, getting better, getting excited, playing the game of sales, and you'll be able to sell more people. That is the key. That's how it works. You can do this. I'm telling you, it's set up that way to be able to, excuse me, become better at this. No one's born a natural salesperson. You could get better. You can do this. You could be excited about it. That's how you build your business. Everyone's got to do it. Everyone's got to get through some no's. Everybody's got to learn how to sell. If they want to be successful as an entrepreneur, that side hustle, that's the key. And once you do it, it becomes fun. It becomes easier. You become better. Instead of 1 out of 10, there's 2 out of 10 that say yes. And decide how many people you're going to talk to a day. What is that number? And stick to it. There's no forgiveness, meaning if it's 10 people a day and you only did 8, the next day is 12. And hold yourself to it. It gets easier, fun. When it's more fun, it's faster. That is the key. I'm telling you, you've got this. You can do this. You can become better at sales. So that's our segment here. You've got this. You know what to do. Apply it. Make a big difference. And as you learn these skills, you can go out and make the world a better place. You can change it. You can recruit more people for the success and money and help to change their lives. You can use this in any aspect of your life because we all persuade, we all sell for a living. It's just what we do. It's a critical life skill. So thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Any questions, let me know. But take care, master these skills, and go out and make the world